When they first kind of arrived, these markets, a few years ago, it actually tended to be people from the continent coming and selling sort of stuff produced in Holland and Germany and Belgium. What's interesting, over time, it's become much more local. So when we look at sort of certain stalls here, for instance, we're seeing the York Cocoa Works. And the York Cocoa Works is fantastic because it is bringing back chocolate manufacture. York, of course, in history, very, very famous for manufacturing chocolate. But there was nobody actually making chocolate until fairly recently in the city. So it's wonderful that it's come back. They kind of mix producing wonderful chocolate with demonstrations. Successful business has come up, and so wonderful festive gifts. If you're thinking of giving the gift of chocolate this year, it is well worth checking out their website. It's wonderful. The York Cocoa Works. And historically, York was, because of its Quaker roots, had an important relationship with chocolate. We had two large chocolate producing factories, the Terrys, Rowntrees, and the Quakers, by the way, in case you've ever wondered why Quakers were so keen on chocolate, is they saw it as part of the solution for temperance. Because there was a belief that the working man had to be sustained by beer. You couldn't be expected to dig a hole, work the land all day without some beer to sustain you. So consequently, what they created were these kind of medicated hot chocolate drinks, which I think this young lady is selling. And can we just speak to you for a minute?
Yeah, of course.
Because, so you are from the York Chocolate Works, right?
I am indeed, yeah.
Let me just give you a quick microphone to pop on. We're just sort of chatting to the world, basically. We're online, yeah. But obviously, you probably heard that. I'll just give you a bit of kind of context. I'll just do that. So you work for York Cocoa Works?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, and are you involved in producing the chocolate, or are you just on the sales side?
I'm on the sales side, but I know a lot about the history of chocolate in York and why we have it here, what we've done with it, and then why Cocoa Works is so special. So we started up in 2011 by an amazing woman called Sophie, who noticed that a lot of chocolate isn't produced very ethically, and she wanted to change that. We're actually one of the only places in York that makes chocolate from scratch.
Wow.
From the bean, we bring the bean in, and we do all of that stuff ourselves. So with our chocolate bars, we have Ugandan, Dominican Republic, that refers to where the bean comes from. In the big old factory that they have here, which is owned by a company that I will not name, big old factory, they generally ship it in as cocoa mass, which is a couple of steps down the line. So we do everything ourselves, produce it all in our little manufactory, which is on Castlegate.
So you're a lot close to the original spirit of chocolate making here in the city, aren't you?
Yeah, we are, even in terms of location. So we do our best to stay where we are. We're actually on the next street from Mary Ann Craven's factory.
Yeah.
She was more of a sweet maker than a chocolate maker, but she did a lot of work in confectionery in York. And we're very close to the original Terry's shop, which is in the square just down there.
Yeah, we'll pass it many times by the Christmas tree, yeah. So.
There you go.
And of course, he was a chemist, wasn't he? The original Terry, wasn't he?
He was indeed, yeah.
And so that he put those skills into developing
exactly. He found
and so forth.
He found sugaring pills was really good practice for making sweets. So he did that, and he ended up marrying into the family. His wife, his family, it was chocolatier, well, not quite chocolatiers, confectioners, and sweet makers. So he ended up going into that business instead, and did pretty well out of it. We still have the original Terry's factory, which is in Bishopthorpe.
Yeah.
It's now turning into the Cocoa Works, which is quite not great for us because it's the same name.
Bit of a brand crossover.
Yes.
So what we got for sale then? So we've got a variety of
hot
drinks.
chocolates, yeah. So we've got our classic hot chocolate just here, and then our orange hot chocolate as well. Yeah.
The smell. Oh, if I could send that smell to Tennessee KCM for you to get it is unbelievable.
Brilliant stuff.
It feels
really
nourishing.
Brilliant. Yes.
Just the smell of it.
Very hearty, very good stuff.
So getting away from the sense that chocolate has to be unhealthy, isn't it, with these higher cocoa solids?
Well, it can actually be classed as a health food. Dark chocolate is classed as a health food.
Yep.
It does cause a chemical reaction in your brain, releases a hormone that makes you feel happy.
Yep.
Unfortunately, British people don't like being happy. They like milk chocolate.
Yeah,
and our top our top 4 bestsellers are actually milk chocolate, but solid milk chocolate at that.
I'm a big fan of the 85%, the dark chocolate.
Yeah, we do have that.
And very low carbs as well, So
yeah, there we go. So we also have 100% dark chocolate that we sell in terms of hot chocolate form.
Wow.
Which is obviously very, very bitter. Yeah, so absolutely no sugar in there. It is just cocoa. Yeah, come round.
I've never heard of 100% chocolate.
100% dark chocolate.
That is insane.
So this is our hot chocolate, which is
Wow.
100% pure dark. So that is what we sell. That has no sugar in there. So if you do want it to be a bit sweeter, you have to add that sugar in yourself.
That's for the braver.
The brave of heart.
Without sugar. It's like porridge with salt, that, isn't it? It's like
a little bit.
Hardcore.
A little bit, yeah.
Listen, it's fantastic. We love what you're doing. You know, you brought chocolate making back to the city, and you're doing such a wonderful, responsible way. You're a credit to York. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Turn the camera around. Everybody is going to give you a little wave, a little thumbs up. Say thank you.
And, thank you, everyone.
We're in Ontario, Peter, Australia there, Florida, Wisconsin.
Amazing.
So hopefully, where's your website? Let's just get that before we pack up. Mail order?
Should have it somewhere. Very close. I think it's literally on the back of all our boxes. We've got www.yorkcocoahouse.co.uk.
There we go. So yorkcocoahouse.co.uk. Do not get confused with buying luxury apartments.
Please do not. We are a lot cheaper than luxury apartments, we promise.
How much chocolate can you buy instead of a luxury apartment?
Quite a fair bit.
Thank you so much for chatting to us. Well done. Bye-bye. Bye.